Hey everyone, hello gorgeous, it's Princess Leanne from Ispeakmymind. Welcome to my channel. I know exactly why you're here, and I can still remember how it felt like to be in your shoes. Almost every day I caught myself being extremely confused, experiencing it for the first time. I just couldn't explain what was happening to me. It felt like whenever it attacked me, I was so nervous, it was so hard to breathe, and the sadness I felt was over the top. It was really the hardest part of my life. So today, your takeaway will be a real experience. But please forgive me that I will not be mentioning any name, place, or the time when it occurred in my life. By the way, if you haven't subscribed yet, please click on the subscribe button and make sure that your notification ring is turned on. In this video, please let me focus on the denial phase of being married to a narcissist or being in a relationship with one. I deliberately skipped the earlier phases such as the target locked, the courtship, the love bombing, on and off, and now we're here. I'm expecting that you're here because you already know what narcissism is and that you know that it attacks to abuse you. I am not a mental or behavioral doctor at all, but I'm here to share with you my experience many years ago that I am just so glad I was able to get out from this experience. If I wouldn't have done that, I'm pretty sure that I would not be excelling in many things that I wanted to, most especially being a great mother. So stand by because we will be talking about how it really feels when you're in a denial phase. What can you do to make you feel better? And what are your options? Fourth, are you even ready to pick an option? I was quite young when I first met my perfect match. Yes, the narcissistic people would have always the ability to make you feel and see and believe that they are the best for you. And you believe in that too, that's why you're here. And that's what we're gonna talk about. Ta-da! A dream come true kind of relationship began. I was willing to give up what I had for this kind of relationship because I knew it was worth it. Fast forward. There, the first few days of the real life of being together began. Then I started to ask myself a few questions. Then I started to think, this is not the person I was talking to. Something wrong. But since the narcissists are so good at the love bombing, there you are again, trapped. Love bombing is like this. Narcissist, you. And then they know exactly when to throw the love bombs. Can you imagine that even after I felt that there was already something wrong in a couple of months in a relationship, I still continued to stay? Isn't it crazy? It even reached to another year. It was a summer evening when I asked Google about a few things that I felt. I just wanted to know what was going on. You know, sometimes Google could really be so great. Then I was so mind blown when I discovered the World of Narcissism. Then I checked in different articles about it. I was feeling like, oh my God, this exists. I'm not alone. I'm not crazy. There's nothing wrong with me. Because you know what? A narcissist will always make you feel that you are the problem. That means to say, when there's something going on, the blame will always be on you. And there will always be unforgivable titles that will be thrown to you. You're a maniac, crazy, over emotional. And it would make you feel so bad because you question yourself too. Am I really like this? Why am I not hearing this from other people in the past few years? Just right now with you. So the first book about this topic that I ever bought from Amazon was The Gaslight Effect by Dr. Robin Stern. I was so shocked that upon reading the entire book, I would not miss a checklist unchecked. I was getting a perfect score, that I was truly gaslighted. I did not stop. I also watched The Gaslight. It's a film from 1944. It's an English psychological thriller. You have to watch it. Crazy. It was like, oh my God, it's me. Again, that happened during the second year of the relationship. And guess what? I still stayed. And that's where the denial phase butts in. That's the time when you already know that you're a victim, that you're pretty sure that you're being abused, but you still stay in a relationship because you just simply cannot accept that this is happening. So how did it feel like? How did I feel like? I felt actually fine. If I would have to think about that he was a narcissist, it drove me crazy. And it would be a bad light on my side, because that means to say too that I made the wrong decision in my life. It was one of the most difficult stages, because you are half knowing the truth, half not wanting to know the truth. There was already a big picture in my head that what if I would leave the relationship after knowing all these things? What would I get if I leave the relationship? What would I not get? Is it worth it? Is he really a narcissist? 4th year had passed. I still stayed. The emotional and the mental abuses never stopped. And it even got worse and worse. And I felt like I was the only one fighting so much for the relationship. It was too tiring. I could not understand. And I always tried to make myself believe that the shoe fit, that it never hurt. After all the bullying, the inconsistencies, the cheating, the mind games, the non-stop emotional abuse, I still stayed. That is why I made this video, because the denial phase can lead you to a lifetime abuse. So this is the critical stage. This is the time when you deny the reality that you're seeing, the time that you choose to be abused. It's written in the book, The Gaslight Effect, that if you are a victim, you don't necessarily have to leave the relationship, but you have to follow some tactics. That's what I chose. I chose to stay because I said, okay, if you do this to me, I would also do this to you. I had a lot of practice trying to deliver how would he usually tell me such kind of things. For example, you're overly jealous, you're over emotional, you're crazy, you need to go to the psychiatrist, you have to visit the psychologist. Oh, you don't know the reality, you don't know what's happening, you don't know anything, you're so toxic, you're not quite of a dancer. I was a dancer for 10 years. You're not as beautiful as you think you are. Later on in the relationship, when it was really getting worse, I even got words like maniac, prostitute, idiot. I was told the best job for me was to be a noble prostitute. I really believe that I learned from the books I read. It would still be difficult when you're in the situation to say, yeah, I agree to disagree, or to give him a silent treatment. Because the more you react to his attack, the more it would just get into a deeper conversation, and that would just give him the chance to suck blood from you. So the narcissists, since they are hollow inside, they're empty inside, they need to be fed. And what would feed them? That is your emotion. I really fed him full. I was really a big catch for my narcissist because I gave him so much supply in these years. So how are they being fed? So for example, again, this is your narcissist and this is you. For example, he or she is doing this to you, blah, blah, all the wrong things that you never heard before, only from him or her. And then you reacted the way he wanted you or he wished you to react, negatively, or when you raised your voice to, when you're becoming out of your skin, or when you're crying so hard, that would make them feel so superior. And that is the beginning of their supply. I gave him unlimited supply because I allowed my emotions to get so high whenever he would attack me. If you think that you can change the person, if you think you can make I'm soft. No. The tactics to get even, to win over, it will not do good. So what can you do to make you feel better? Honestly, no, you won't feel better. Because you're dealing with a mental disorder. You're dealing with a person who's empty. You're dealing with a cycle, a repetitive and endless abuse. Just like what happened to me. Even though I was all set, I will not fight back. I will not give him the chance to suck blood from me. I will apply the tactics I learned from the book. In my case, I cannot. I tried quite a few times. I would take the blame. I would agree to disagree. But it killed me here. I was not being myself. Maybe he did not suck so much blood at the time when I answered him like that, but it killed me more inside because I was not able to fight for myself. So, no thanks. What are your options? Take it or leave it. Are you gonna take this monster with you, or are you gonna leave the monster forever? But I know it's not that easy. It wasn't easy for me as well. But you know, I am very thankful that I chose to leave the relationship. It took me so many nights of endless crying, many attempts of suicide, so many bottles of wine to consume. Yeah, wine was my best friend for many years in that relationship. That was my only way to get relaxed at night, because I would start crying whenever I was a little bit of influenced by alcohol. I felt good after crying. So between the options to either take it or leave it, and you choose to take it, I just really hope you so much courage to withstand that, because it will never stop. I didn't have the strength to stay, but I'm so glad I had so much strength, power, and bravery to leave the relationship. And you know what? I never regret. Now, if you choose to do what I did, are you ready? If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up down there. In my next video, I will be talking about how to kill a narcissist. That is to face after the denial, and that you choose to leave the narcissist. For more episodes about being in a relationship with a narcissist, especially talking about the next phases, don't forget to subscribe down below. Thank you so much for your time. See you again next time. Bye.